to the Julio Band-Aid RC channel. Do another unboxing. Again, we're going to ask, does anybody know what might be in the box by the car I just pulled out?
Something like that.
Something like this.
Yeah.
That was what you said last time,
Yep.
and it worked. So let's see if it works this time. Ma, you go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's an Arrma,
Well, it is an Arrma.
and I'm gonna guess it's probably not a Mojave,
It's not a Mojave.
and that's about as much as I can guess.
Alrighty, we'll see if you're at least right that far. Kat, what you got?
I would have to agree. Another Mojave.
Another Mojave? That's not exactly what she said. She said it's not a Mojave. But you're saying it is a Mojave? Okay.
Maybe different color.
I
Maybe
say
a
it's an Arrma Creighton.
Crate.
Mhm.
Armor crate.
Mhm.
Robbie, Beastie. What you got?
Well, it's an Arrma, all right, but I just don't have any idea what kind of Arrma it is.
Mojave out here doesn't give anybody any ideas.
Well, did they come out with a Mojave too?
Well, they do have an EXP Mojave.
Okay, so is that it?
We'll have to see. Is that what you're going to guess? Say that
Alright,
it is?
I'm guessing that. I can be wrong once in a while. It'll be the first time in my life that I've ever been wrong though.
Right. Bam. And so nobody guessed that it would be and I'm actually pretty excited about it because it's basically the Mojave chassis with Creighton arms on it, and it's the same length with bigger tires, which is pretty much what I believe the Mojave kind of needs, unless you want to keep it on the track and race it around like that. You need a higher pinion, that's for sure. What comes out of the box. They basically did that with this, and then they obviously threw some army men in it.
You can do it!
I'm trying.
3 men in a box.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh,
Yay!
Ah. One thing I forgot to mention in my last video about the MT8 is that it comes with a 1 Dean's connector, which should have at least came with 2. The Kaiju comes with 2. That Dean's connector also really isn't the best for 6S to begin with. Might want to change that because you can solder and turn them into 2 connectors. Let's see what this thing's about. Got a bunch of stuff on the back, evidently. They probably threw some EXP parts on it like they usually do these days. Side here. Now, as much as I respect the Army and the Fireteam and all that, what they do, the men thing isn't really my style, but it is pretty cool. I will give it that.
I like the color. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's as big as the, like I said, as long as the Mojave here.
I thought it was about the size of the rival.
No. This thing's very big. Well, 1/7 scale, right before the, so far the X-Max and the Arrma Fireteam 8S, Outcast 8S. Let's take this out. See here. Pull it back. The Arrma's come a long, long way. They were already a pretty good car back in the day, if you know, 2-3 years ago, maybe even longer. With the Arrma Crate 6S killing it right off the bat. As soon as that happened, everything else kind of took off, and then you got the Italian. You get some great cars that come out of there. And over time, they've come up with the EXPs and everything else. So now, every time you buy a car from them, it's a pretty good quality, tough car.
It's a nice car.
Now, everybody that's driven this thing says it's an amazing thing to drive. Let's check the suspension. Seems like a board to me. I went with the white gray because I like that a little bit better. But yeah, So they were able to put the, like the Mojave, they put the men in there. I think certain people work on certain platforms, and if you get the chassis of the Mojave, these people like to add men to theirs. Whereas if you have the chassis to the Creighton, people who design the cars on that particular platform don't really do the men. So that comes right off, which is rare. Most cars, you have the bottom load for a body like that. It's very fixed, as well as the Mojave. It's got all the same stuff in it. The 160 amp Arrma Spectrum matched with Arrma Spectrum. What is it, the 21 kV now? Or is it still 2050? Yeah, 2050. So, yep, there's that. And I believe it comes with a 12-tooth fade-in. The tires are new, they're different, but Arrma makes some pretty good tires. I mean, their D-Boots backflip tires are probably some of the best.